Welcome to the Freedom Property Podcast, the modern real estate brand empowering excellence. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Freedom Property Podcast show, all the way from, where are you from again? Northern Territory? God knows where that is. Northern Territory, Darwin. We've got Jacob Reynolds in the house today. Jacob, thanks for coming on, mate.
Thanks so much for having me, Josh. I'm stoked to be here, eh? It's
Absolutely.
Awesome being here in Brisbane, checking out what you're doing in Brisbane. It's awesome.
So, yeah, why'd you come to town in the first place?
Yeah, we're here for a real estate conference. So we're here to see Arik and just basically better ourselves pretty much. That's why we're down here, for sure.
It was pretty good, eh?
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, like it's just so motivating and, you know, seeing other people that have killed it in the industry and just getting heaps of ideas and what we can implement in, you know, in our own businesses. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's the improvement game, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm just constantly chasing you. I don't know when I'll ever catch you, but
nah, that's the plan, bro. You're doing everything that I did, and you're doing it well. It's just a matter of time now. It's I think you've got a pretty powerful story. This is a really, and it's an inspiring story for me as well. I feel pretty proud of this one. So,
thanks,
and there's a few people that I'm speaking to currently in the marketplace who are a very similar position, and they're not in Brisbane or Redlands or anything like that. These people are all throughout Australia. There's like 3 or 4 people who are in the exact same boat as you right now. So this is for you guys. You know who you are when you're listening to this. So check this story out. So Jacob, let's rewind. All right. What did you do before real estate?
Yeah, so I was selling power tools. So I was working for a company called Milwaukee Tools, and I did it was a little bit of account management and business development. So there was a little bit of a prospecting aspect to it, but did account management. So for places like Total Tools and, you know, Reese Plumbing, these places that sell tools, I would go in there and basically just try and get more real estate space in their business so we can sell more tools.
Nice.
Yeah,
so sales.
Sales pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so
pretty similar.
What kind of qualities did you need to have to sell these tools?
Yeah, it was a lot of the things that I guess most salespeople don't really think about. It was systems, you know. So, or the people that were really good in Milwaukee were the people that had the best systems, you know. So making sure that, you know, when we dealt with people that we knew exactly who they were and things like that, and basically just having a really good database and having it really clean, you know. So when we went into a store, we knew exactly what they had in their store. We knew where they were missing opportunities. We knew them inside out. So we almost knew their business better than they did. So
wow,
that was, you know, super powerful. Yeah,
that's so cool. That's so important in sales.
Yeah.
It's like because you're building that relationship, aren't you, and figuring out, you know, why you like these people and if they like you, and then you know what they need from you as well.
Yeah,
right?
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
That's exciting. So you would go like cold into these stores, would you? Or
no, so the account management aspect of the job was you would look after stores. So basically you'd have a region similar to you do in real estate, and you'd look after those stores, and you would do a lot of account management. So you'd be dealing with these people every month. Okay, so that's the account management side. So you call into a store, see what they've got on the floor, see if you can make any sales inside the store. And then the business development aspect, you go and see what we call end users. So end users are people who are actually on the tools. Okay, and you would try and influence them to come into the store and buy the tools. Almost said property then.
Yeah, very similar job, really.
Yeah.
Very similar. No, that's exciting, bro. So like, and Milwaukee, pretty cool brand.
Oh, like there are so many similarities with Milwaukee compared to Freedom. Like you've got no idea. When I first got there, they just had such similar culture. They just had so much energy, no ego, and they were just keen to just get it done. You know, like it was awesome. just such a vibrant brand to be around. I see. Freedom's exactly the same. You know, really cool
legendary.
place.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro. That's you know, that's realistically for me, like the culture is the most important thing. You know, like when I build like any sales team, like. Yeah, first thing I'm thinking about is culture. I think second for me is systems, and then obviously the commission. You know, like it's got to get paid well too. So these are the things that I want for our team as well. So that's awesome feedback. I appreciate that.
For sure.
So how would you close these people in Milwaukee, and how would you get them into the store?
Yeah. So again, very similar to real estate. We would just. The first thing you want to know is what do they want? So what do they need? So you're looking for a solution rather than just trying to sell a product. So you wouldn't do much talking. So you're asking a lot of questions and as you say, is you're loading your armory bag up and you're trying to get plenty of ammunition. And basically you're trying to figure out what makes their life hard.
Yeah.
So if I'm using a drill right now, how do I save you 10 seconds per man per day? You know, and that amounts to like 30 minutes per day.
Yeah.
But again, when you compound that over a year, you've just like saved someone so much time. So it's very solution driven, very much like real estate, you know. So someone's trying to get somewhere, you know, you need to be the person that sort of basically the vehicle that helps them get to that place. So
right.
similar.
Anybody listening to this that works for Milwaukee, call me. We want more ex-Milwaukee staff. We know a couple, don't we, that we've been trying to get. Yeah, brother, let's go. That's awesome. That's that's real estate.
Yeah, for sure.
So what, you were doing this and you were like, were you always thinking about doing real estate?
Yeah, like it was always in the back of my mind, to be honest. My thing was I started when I was about 24, 25, I did all these different jobs and I always just liked sales, you know. I felt like I wasn't really like a numbers guy or anything like that. I just liked talking to people and I really liked just helping people. And so when I was around that age, that's when I started for Milwaukee and I really started taking sales seriously. And it was really awesome when I was at Milwaukee because they taught me things that you don't think about sales. Everyone just thinks like gift of the gab. Like I hate that saying because it's just not, it's just so not true. Like,
seriously.
Yeah. So like the thing that Milwaukee taught me is like, you just focus on the solution and you'll get there. Just focus on what people want, things like that. So, and when I was in, you know, working for Milwaukee, it sort of got to a point where I was in a management position. So I was like, a regional manager. The only step for me was to go national, so I'd have to move to Melbourne, and it just didn't motivate me, you know. Like I set these goals. I'm like, okay, I want to do 6 figures. I want a company car. I want a laptop. I want this amount of properties, and I got to it, and I wasn't happy. You know, I was like, I'm here, and I've got like money's awesome, but I'm just so not happy.
Yeah.
You know, so, and then, I just remember the thing that happened funny with you is that we have a mutual friend, Nabby, and he really liked you guys and you would chat. And I'd always see Mr. Cell Team come up on my Facebook and things like that. And I honestly thought you're a bit of a wank. Like, I thought,
absolutely.
Absolutely. I just thought this guy's so successful, you and Jakey, and they're just killing it and stuff. I'm like, real estate, bro. You know, but I'm like, I was always curious, you know. Yeah. So it's Nabby's the reason I'm here actually. Like he goes, man, just give Josh a call. Like just have a chat to him. And I was like really nervous and stuff. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know how this guy's gonna. So I just ring him, and it was like I knew you for like my whole life. I don't know if you feel this with everyone, but I was just like, you're just like so cruisy and just super easy.
We had
going.
Similar goals, bro, similar interests, you know, so it was perfect. It's, you wanted to chase this thing out and that's all I want, you know, so let's do it. Let's go. And were you working at Milwaukee when you contacted me that first time?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. So how I got into real estate was by chance, and there was a guy that I almost bought an auction off, and when I was chatting to him and thinking about getting into real estate, I spoke to you.
Yeah.
And the first thing he said, you was like, we're going to start a freedom in Darwin, bro. I'm like, man, you're crazy. Like, and I was just like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. And he goes, look, just keep touching base. And, you know, you were just helping me out while I started in real estate. And eventually I'm like, let's start this real estate thing.
Absolutely.
And you just prospected the shit out of me.
Look, you know, when people are going to do well in real estate, and I knew you had what it takes, you know, so you just needed that guidance at the time. But for us, because I wasn't in Darwin and it was very hard for me to be with you all the time, I think I said, because you have to make sure that you want to do real estate. You'll be good at real estate, but are you really wanting to do real estate? So I think I said to you at the time was like, go and work for the biggest company there, didn't I? I said, and learn the ropes a little bit, you know, understand what real estate is about. And then in a year or so, come back to me and we'll figure this out. It didn't quite make it to a year though, did it?
I didn't know.
How long was it at this other company?
So I was a buyer manager for about 5 months, and then I was an agent for about 4 months, and then I pulled the trigger.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, fast track the system.
Yeah,
you're like, do you reckon? And I'm like, yeah, let's do this. We'll make sure. So have you been a year with us now? Has it been a year? Just shy. Yeah,
we're about 10 months,
Yeah, wow. What a 10 months, eh?
It's been chaos, to be honest. Like, I've never been happier though. It's so much fun. Yeah, it's stressful but really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you left this big office in the Territory, great office. Yeah, got some good people there, some good operators. Couple of them which you know, give us a call. They know who they are. But yeah, we we said to you, like, whenever you're ready, and you left this office, and tell us about that. So where did you work from?
Yeah.
Because you didn't start an office straight away.
No, I didn't. It was super daunting, to be honest. When I first left, I remember when I like gave my notice, I got marched straight away, which they do with all agents. And I just remember just thinking, how the hell? Like, I did it, and I was like, oh my god, like I actually have to like pay up now. I have to get this done. And I just started. Basically, what I did from the start is I just started in my living room, and I just started calling everyone in my phone.
Nice.
And I was just like, whoever's got a house, I'm going to put them in my database. I'm going to manage them perfectly.
Yeah.
And that's how it started. And I just like, I think it was about 6 weeks in, I rang you like, and I was really stressed. And I was like, man, I'm just really stressed. And you're like, what's going on? I'm like, I've just got too many listings. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do here. Like, and you're like, you need to get someone on. I was like, oh, it's only been 6 weeks. And you're just like, just do it. And then I did it. And then it was just, that first month in my living room, I still remember just sitting in my living room, looking out in the backyard, myself and Felicia, who we eventually hired, just sitting there, both just on our laptops. And I'm like, this is like the weirdest business, Like,
it's a surreal moment. And you'll look back on this journey soon when we take this thing to the next level again, and you'll be like, wow, like, and you won't want to do it any other way. It's, because I did exactly the same thing. Like, I was in my garage. Me and Alex Warlow, who works here now, like we were working out of my garage at the time. And that's where you are right now, isn't it?
So we got to the point where it was getting too much in the living room. We were like stepping on people's toes. My partner and I was like, she was getting a bit over us, having us in the living room. There's like a printer on the desk. There's like all this paperwork. So eventually I spent a bit of money on decking my garage out to a proper office. So we got like a communication system and things like that. So now we just work out of my garage, and it's like a bit surreal. I'm just so proud of just even I got to that.
Yeah.
Like I just,
it's a good space. It's you got a real good setup there though.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. So I was just super proud that I got to that. But it's funny, like now I'm in my garage, I'm like, oh no, like this is too small now. Like we're about to put on like a third person. I'm like, far out, what's next sort of thing. So
you're about to take on your third person. So you've been with us for less than 12 months and and like you've been in real estate for less than 2 years. And you're about to put on your third person.
I think the biggest thing that I learned like when I started is like stop restricting your mindset. You know, like I thought when I started, I'm not good enough for this. Like this won't happen to me. And I would ring you, and this is the thing that I just appreciate so much. You'd be like, dude, you're going to kill this. Yeah. You're going to kill this. I can tell you. I know what I'm talking about. You're going to kill this. And I would just be like, this guy, I'd get off the phone and I'd be like driving home. I'm like, man, this guy is just trying to sell me here. Like, like what's he got out of this? And then everything you said I would do, it happened. And it happened quicker than what we thought. Yeah. We're like, no, 12 months, you'll put on a buyer manager and then I'll ring you in 6 weeks. So just, I think the biggest thing is that I just listen to mentors like yourself. And now we just, if you say, do this and then do that, I'll just do it, but do it to the best of my ability and don't hesitate.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, like so you've done some really cool things in your marketplace because obviously you're delivering unbelievable customer service now through our system, but we take away all your headaches, so you can do that. Like when you leave like one of these bigger offices and they take half your commission off you, they're taking it for all these things they do for you, but because we centralize it, we can basically take this away at a low cost for you now. So you're on a much higher commission rate, which has now allowed you to build your team and soon or later building this office that we're going to build in the territory one day soon. But there's some other cool things that you've done. I said to you when you started, I was like, it's all about the community. Yeah. Let's talk about what you're doing in the local community because this is cool. Yeah,
for sure. So when we first started, the biggest thing that people find is that you don't have much experience. So it's hard getting to know people that have houses to sell. Yeah. But the biggest thing you said to me about starting a community, you're not doing it to sell houses, you're doing it to actually help your community. And that really resonated with me. I want to sell houses, I want to make money, but I actually want to stand for something and help the community be better. So I was really passionate about where I live, so I want to show everyone how good it is. So basically we started a community page that had nothing to do with real estate. It was nothing. It was just about give. It wasn't about take, So I would just go to a local coffee shop who he's now one of my good friends, Jazz, if you're watching, shout out to him. I would just go to a local coffee shop and say, hey, I'm a real estate agent. I want to speak to the owner. And they would go, and this come back to working at Milwaukee and cold calling those days, And they'd be like, what do you want to speak to? I'm like, I just want to give you $200 that we can give away this month to one of your customers. Yeah. And what do you get out of it? I'm like, nothing. And they're just like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I've made a bit of commission this month. I want to give it back.
Nice.
And then we started doing that, and then they started following the page, and then all of a sudden the owner would start calling me and say, no, I just want to give you this. And I would walk into listing presentations uncontested, and they're just like, yeah, you're actually for the community. You're not just here to make money. And
absolutely.
And the best thing was it like made you feel good.
Yeah.
So like I could give someone that I really respected like $300 and they could give it away. And I was just giving without expectation,
Yeah.
So, and then once we started this community, it took off. Like I started a really good thing for an agent if you're starting right now is, yes, you can door knock, you can do those things. But if you go to like a central hub, like maybe a small shopping center like you have in Ormiston, and just door knock all the business owners and get to know them all because they know everybody in the community.
Absolutely.
And if you make a really good impression on them, I knew that people would come back to us.
Yeah. What is the page called? So if they're listening or watching, they can...
It's transformed a little bit now, but it's called The Community. So it used to be called the Palmerston Community, which is where I sell a lot of our properties. So basically on Facebook and Instagram, we'll grab someone's business that's just started in the community, and now we've got quite a following now. We can actually post it on there and we can generate business for them.
Nice.
And we do it for free. We don't charge them because we want them to be successful just like we are. So, so now I've got like friends who own businesses and we just like post on there and generate stuff for them, So it's just like, and it makes me feel real good because I'm not just that other real estate agent trying to get a commission. I'm actually doing something for the community,
Whoa.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Whoa. How good is that?
Yeah.
Absolute gold there from you, Jacob. So, we definitely need to implement that with a lot of our younger agents here as well, because that's just a time thing, isn't it? Like you do this stuff consistently and you're going to get rewarded for it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And the bit of gold that you gave me at the start was wherever you start, that's where you finish.
Yep.
And this is a long game. So you need to be there for 10 to 20 years. So if you are looking to take on an area, like really invest in it, and you're not going to make money out of it in the first 2-3 years. You're going to make money in the next 15. You know, so.
We're having like a light malfunction here or something.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah.
if I go down, you'll know why. That's awesome, bro. So you've built this amazing customer service team around you. So and now you're doing a lot for the local community. We obviously take away all the headache. So what do you do in your team?
Yeah. So my role's changing a little bit now because we're about to take the third person on, but my job is just to list, sell, and negotiate,
Nice.
So I need to be on the forefront with all sellers and making sure that if there's a property coming onto the market, I'm speaking to them, I'm servicing them perfectly. That's my job, so we don't miss any opportunities because of me.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's awesome, bro. That's exactly where you need to stay as well. You catch yourself doing anything but that, you need to check it and you need to then implement a plan to take that away from you so you can fully stay where you need to be, know, and this is the thing that a lot of agents do. They just get caught up doing stuff. If I catch people in my office like doing like any admin type setup, I'm just like, what are you doing? You're wasting our time here. Focus on where you should be.
And that's the thing. Like with freedom, I've worked for some of the best best businesses that have the best CRMs, and I've never ever in my life seen a system like this. It like blew my socks off. Like you knew that I already used Salesforce before, and just the systems that we have that are just so fine tuned that they're just like speechless. Like I honestly can't explain it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, well, we're very lucky to be a part of the property platform that we've built, and it's special. It does. It takes away a lot of your headache, and it gives you the psychology of real estate. Because what I think a lot of people think real estate is, and then when they come here, we change their perspective and their thinking on it slightly. Even when we're at ARIC, like these super teams, they're doing a lot of things, but there's a lot of things that they actually don't need to do. Which a good platform can take away from them, and then they stay focused in their lane. And then they get all their team not doing admin type roles as well. They get them all doing like searching for business. So like your team is just like hunting business, just bomb everywhere, showing amazing service, and then you get what you get. Yeah,
it takes the anxiety away as well. Like there's a lot of anxiety around real estate when you do start growing. Like I felt that, and I just felt like there's so many the problems that I have compared to other agents are way different. They're so much different. Like, for instance, when we're servicing our sellers, if I'm not contacting them 3 times a week, I'm like, why didn't we do that? Whereas like some other agents are just like, I hope that just hits realestate.com on Thursday. Has that done? And I'm like, I've got completely different like problems, So that's really what just is blown me away.
That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Yeah. So what's your favorite part of real estate?
Yeah, I knew you were going to ask me this question when I came down here, so I was trying to think what my favorite part is. But just recently, I've never thought that it would be this way, but I really like Felicia coming to our team, watching her grow. Like that's been like, and she was told when she first came to our team that she was too young to be in sales. She shouldn't be doing this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You're going on with someone that been in business for 6 weeks. You shouldn't be doing this. And I took that on. I'm like, I'm going to kill it just for her, you know?
That's awesome.
So watching her grow was awesome. Like as we speak, like she's up there and she's negotiated 4 deals in the last week and just done it like a champ too, did it the right way and just absolutely killing it. So I think that's a component that I really love is watching other people grow. But probably the biggest thing is just helping people achieve their goals. Like I think what stopped me in my last job from loving it was just it wasn't impactful. Like it wasn't like when I talk to people.
Are you saying that a better drill is not going to change my life?
Yeah, like it's awesome, you know, like I'll save you some time. But when you go to somebody and they put their whole life savings in your hand and they like literally as they're signing the agreement, they're shaking and then you come on with just an amazing system and get them a result. Yeah. They just like, I've had like owners cry. Absolutely. Like they're just like, oh my God, like I cannot believe it. Even like, you know, agents that haven't been able to get the job before us, haven't been able to get it done. And we've nailed it. They're just like, oh my God, I'd never thought this would happen. And you're just like, that feeling is just, it's my favorite for sure.
Nice, mate. Nice.
Yeah.
And what's the most challenging aspect of real estate for you?
Probably just trying to manage everything. So trying to manage your personal life, trying to make sure you get to the gym.
It's only going to get crazier.
I know. Yeah.
Baby's coming, I'll tell you.
Yeah. So, you know, like my family is really important to me. My partner, I just love to death and I want to make sure she's happy and stuff. So just trying to manage that. But I'm very lucky that the people I have around us, like around me, they're more motivated than I am. You know, they're That's like, awesome. Get out and go. You know, like I've never got that thing like where someone's like, don't do this. Everyone's really supportive. So I think just managing the balance. Yeah.
That's so good, bro. Cause like, it is, it's like that, you know, cause we're chasing things out. And when we've got our partners are at home and they're making our lives easier, like, oh my God, like, cause we're not here just to make money. Like this is not why we're here.
Yeah.
Like you say, we're here to change people's lives. Like we want to affect people's lives. Like there's nothing more like inspiring for me, exactly like you with Felicia, me with you right now.
Yeah, for
like
sure,
this is crazy. And you know, like there's a few people that I'm speaking to right now who are in a very, very similar spot. You know, like they're at an office that's pretty good in their area, and they've been in real estate a couple of years, and they're just getting ripped off.
Yeah,
you know, and they
sure.
just don't have the systems, and they don't know that this is possible.
Yeah,
and like hearing it from you is just so powerful for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you are speaking to, you know, some people and they're thinking about jumping over to us, I think the best thing that you can do is really invest in coming and checking it out.
Yeah, nice.
Like actually spend a day with you.
Yeah.
The thing that I really like about you is you're always good with your time. You know, like with me when I was struggling and you taught me how to negotiate, how to so much stuff, and you weren't even my boss, you know, so there was so many things that I learned off you, like just get into an office, like come here and actually check it out. Like
definitely
for me, that was what changed my mind. When I sat down and watched you negotiate or I watched your system, I was like, what am I doing? Like, and then I'm like, I need to hurry up and do this. Like,
and it's not just me as well. Like there's now you in this team. There's a lot of good leaders at Freedom Property, which you can connect to and they'll help you, you know? So, you know, you're in a very good spot right now. You're, you know, you're still working out of your garage, but it's still a great setup. You know, you're about to put a third person on. This is life-changing stuff. So what's your goals? Like what's next for the team?
For sure. I really want to just be the forefront of innovation in the territory. You know, like I want people to, and we're already getting a lot of this dialogue from you know, prospects in our market that's saying, you know, you guys are just so different. You're so modern, you know. So what I want to do is I want to create, I'm so sick of people saying, oh, Darwin, and we have this saying in the territory when people come to Darwin, it's just different there. It's the wild, wild west. I want to stop that, you know. Like I genuinely think there's so many great operators in the territory that we could really be, like we could be noticed so much differently than how we are, you know. So I want to make sure that all the good agents are getting great systems, you know. So I see myself probably partnering with maybe one or two and then building our own teams. And then creating an environment that, you know, there's just all these young people that just want to come to work and really achieve their goals. So that's my ultimate goal. But probably personally, I just want to just stay fit, stay true to my family and stuff and just be happy. Yeah.
It's awesome, bro. It's inspiring.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. Hey?
That's it. No, this has been awesome. Like this is pretty special. Like if you are listening to this and you want to find out more about Jacob, so tell us. You've got your Instagram page there with your community. That's a great one to check out. But what's your Instagram page?
Yeah, so jhteam.freedomproperty. That's us on Instagram and Facebook.
That's pretty cool too, because you're really good on that. I think that will train a lot of agents on how to run their socials. And you're creating a podcast soon too, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we've done a few podcasts. Yeah, so a part of that community page, what we're doing is we're getting people who are influential in our community and trying to educate the rest of our community about maybe barriers they're facing in their businesses. So, we recently got, this sounds funny, Nabby doesn't have a business, but we got him on about football.
Yeah, nice.
And we spoke to him about overcoming barriers and how to develop football and just trying to motivate people who are in the sporting community, So, and again, that's a thing that we do for free, So we've just created that, and hopefully that can, create some value in the community as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, it keeps you on your toes too.
For sure. Yeah.
This is very inspiring for a lot of people, this podcast. I feel like it's like to see this progression, and like people are going to watch this and be like, this guy's going to kill it. And that I can pick the talent. So if I'm telling you when I'm speaking to you that I know you're going to do well here, it's because I just know. I just know the people that are going to do well, and I just wouldn't say that to anybody. So Jacob Reynolds, one of our future top real estate agents, not just in Freedom but in Territory, is coming. Let's go. Thanks for coming in, brother. Appreciate it. Cheers.